One of the most prominent and significant characters in Peppa Pig is undoubtedly Suzy Sheep. But despite this, we've noticed something curious. She's never been seen with her father in any of the over 300 episodes of the series, even though she and her mother regularly appear on the show. This leads us to a big question: where is Suzy Sheep's dad? The narrator. To answer this question, is a very intriguing theory that suggests Suzy Sheep's dad is closer than we think. Why? Well, even though he's never physically appeared in the series, there's a fascinating possibility. He could be the narrator of Peppa Pig. Yes, that familiar voice narrating everything in the show might belong to this mysterious, unseen character. And if this is true, it could be such an obvious connection that no explanation is even needed. Think about it, it makes sense. Neither Daddy Sheep nor the narrator has ever been seen on screen. This shared absence fuels the idea that they could be one and the same. Have you ever wondered why the narrator is always present? Is he some sort of invisible entity? A secret observer? Or could there be a deeper reason behind his mysterious narration? On top of that, we know the Peppa Pig universe isn't entirely realistic. There are magical elements throughout the series, like the Tooth Fairy, and let's not forget that the Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom universe, created by the same authors, likely exists in the same world as Peppa Pig. This theory raises many intriguing questions. If the narrator is indeed Suzy's father, why would he narrate Peppa's adventures instead of focusing on his own daughter? Perhaps there's a darker explanation. What if he became the narrator after passing away? Could Daddy Sheep be some kind of ghost, unable to rest until he's ensured his daughter's safety? Another possibility is that he's hospitalized and unconscious. There are numerous accounts of people experiencing out-of-body phenomena in such conditions. Maybe the show's creators drew inspiration from these stories when creating the narrator. Of course, these are just theories, but this isn't the only possibility. In the next sections, we'll explore more mysteries surrounding Suzy's dad. Ready? Put on your golden boots, and let's dive deeper into the fascinating world of Peppa Pig. American Dad. Now, shifting gears to a more realistic theory. Do you remember the episode where Suzy thinks she's moving away because her mom got a job on the other side of the world? The job didn't work out in the end, and Mommy Sheep was visibly upset about staying near Mommy Pig and her family in their small town. While we don't know for sure, the sadness could be tied to more than just losing a career opportunity. What if the real reason is different? There's a possibility that Mommy Sheep was so frustrated because she was planning to reunite with Daddy Sheep, who lives abroad, possibly where the job offer was located. This theory holds up. We guess Daddy Sheep is living in the United States, while Suzy and her mom remain in England. Fun fact: the entire Peppa Pig series takes place in Britain. Perhaps Daddy Sheep moved to the US for a high-paying job. Part of his salary helps support Mommy Sheep. It's even possible Suzy and her mom visit him occasionally, but these moments are never shown in the series. Can you imagine how thrilling it would be if the show made a special episode revealing this side of the story? Without a doubt, this is one of the most hopeful theories we've discussed. Daddy Sheep could simply be far away but still deeply involved in his daughter's life in his own way. If you're as intrigued by the mystery of Suzy's dad as we are, drop a dad in the comments below to let us know you agree. Mr. Goat. One of the most intriguing theories about Suzy Sheep's dad suggests that he may have physically appeared in the series without anyone realizing it. Yes, possible her father has crossed our path, and Peppa, just like us, had no idea. So, you're saying a character we've already seen is actually Suzy's dad? Exactly, and the character we're talking about is Mr. Goat, who appears in the delightful arc where the pig family travels to Italy. Now, you might be thinking, but he's not a sheep. How does that make sense? While it's true that every child in the series has parents of the same species, the case of sheep and goats is different because these two animals are biologically very similar. It's entirely possible for a child to result from this combination. If Mr. Goat is indeed Suzy's father, it would explain several things. First, why he lives in Italy and never visits his daughter. It's likely Mommy Sheep once lived in Italy and was married to him. After their divorce, she returned to her home country, which is why the pig family didn't meet Mr. Goat until their trip to Italy. Another curious detail is that Mr. Goat appears to be a single father, just as Mommy Sheep is a single mother. He has a daughter named Gabriella Goat, but her mother has never appeared in the series, even though Gabriella's uncles have. And what if Gabriella is actually Suzy's sister? Maybe even her twin? One might take after their father while the other resembles their mother. As happens in many divorces, child could have stayed with one parent. If this is true, possible that Suzy and Gabriella don't even know they're sisters. After all, Suzy has never mentioned anything to Peppa, and we know she'd tell her best friend something as big as that, wouldn't she? Imagine Peppa talking to both Suzy's dad and her sister without even realizing it. Could we see this mystery resolved in the series someday? It's certainly an idea that would thrill fans. Illness. What if the story of Suzy's dad is even darker? Some clues suggest that he may have passed away or be in a grave condition due to an illness. This theory gained traction because of certain details in the series. In the episode where Peppa's class visits Pedro Pony in the hospital, Suzy says Pedro must be sleeping because sick people sleep a lot. We know SUZY dreams of becoming a nurse when she grows up, but what if that line wasn't just something she imagined or read in a book? SUZY said it with such confidence that it feels like something her mother might have told her when the little lamb asked about her dad. Perhaps Mommy Sheep explained that he was sleeping to avoid telling the full truth. Or maybe she wasn't lying. Certain illnesses can lead to comas or vegetative states, making someone appear to be perpetually asleep. What if SUZY's dad is in a coma? That would explain why SUZY is so passionate about becoming a nurse. She wants to take care of him and, perhaps, wake him up someday. Now imagine the emotional weight of an episode where that finally happens. Daddy Sheep waking up after years, realizing he's missed so much of life, but grateful to have the chance to enjoy the rest of it with his family. If that were to happen, would undoubtedly be one of the most powerful moments in the series. But here's an even more curious thought. What if the narrator stopped speaking the moment Daddy Sheep woke up? That would raise the possibility that Daddy Sheep and the narrator are the same person. So stay tuned. Who knows? This incredible moment might appear in a future episode. And if you're a Peppa Pig fan who loves series like this one, click the subscribe button so you never miss a video about the little piggy and other amazing shows. Santa Claus. But things could get even weirder. Another compelling possibility is that SUZY's dad is none other than Santa Claus. Sounds crazy, right? But let's consider the facts. Santa Claus is a human, yet he clearly has magical powers, and seems to have been alive for centuries. That's already pretty unusual. So, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to imagine that he could father children with beings from other species, assuming that's possible in the Peppa Pig universe. Have you noticed how SUZY often receives gifts that seem a little too special? She's gotten a toy boat and a super expensive frisbee. Honestly, how many kids do you know who get presents like that? It's almost as if she has a dad with access to a stockpile of toys, who sends her extravagant gifts to make up for not being around. Maybe that also explains why she's so bossy. Those presents might have made the little lamb a bit spoiled. And let's not forget how SUZY can be a little out there at times. Like in that episode where she's determined to knock down a tree. Who does that? These small quirks make it seem like her mind might work differently. Maybe it's because she inherited something from a magical father like Santa Claus. If Mommy Sheep and Santa Claus really were in a relationship, likely they kept it a big secret. Can you imagine what people would say if they found out SUZY was the daughter of a human with magical powers? It would be the talk of the entire town. Maybe they broke up for that very reason. Santa too busy managing his toy factory to visit SUZY. Or perhaps Mommy Sheep prefers he stays away so SUZY can have a more normal life. However, Peppa's best friend ever develops magical powers like her father's. It'll be pretty hard to keep that secret under wraps. Perhaps that's when this theory will get the confirmation we've all been waiting for, and we'll finally be able to declare that SUZY really is Santa Claus's daughter. We've left 2 fun videos on your screen. Want to keep the fun going? It's easy. Just pick the one that grabs your attention the most. If you're enjoying these crazy theories, don't forget to share them with your friends. I'm sure they'll have as much fun as you did. And remember to leave a comment below telling us which moment you found the funniest or most intriguing. Thanks, and see you next time.